What are you doing? Hanging out at a Montana truck stop? What?
No, I'm getting my hair done today. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. Is so gray. Like, it's so gray.
Well, that happens.
I know. Uh,
You know,
Annika
it's
said,
funny. It's funny because depending on what product I put in my hair, like the other day I was out, I was test driving this Ford Bronco.
I saw
From,
it.
is that thing not badass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from my, I work with Friendly Ford, which is in Roselle. So they're like, come take this thing and see if you like it. 37-inch tires under this thing. It's got the roof that comes off, and I'm driving around with my little girl, and I'm looking at my hair, and my hair looks like I look like Nate the Great from Ted Lasso. It looks white, and I'm like, my hair's not that gray. But I went to the Walgreens, and they didn't have the product I usually use, which is Crew. So I settled for the stuff called Spiked, which is a lot cheaper, but it's not um it's like a white gel. So when I put it in my hair, it makes my hair look white. So, so
Whoops.
I can't use that, but I've never been one to dye the hair yet.
Yeah, I did. Oh my God, I've been doing it forever. I got gray hair young. So I know it's genetic, but Annika was like, oh, you should let it go. And I was like, that's cool for young kids that want to dye their hair gray and for some reason look old. But for people who are old, to let their hair go gray, no. I know someone that did it. I was still back in Chicago, and I know someone that did it, and she's really pretty, and uh it didn't look bad on her, but it aged her easily 10 years.
You
So
know, I noticed that there's women on social media that they call their they like they refer to themselves as silver,
yeah,
and some of them are. I mean, they look fantastic.
yeah.
I just thought it all depends. Like my dad, he went gray really early at a young age, and but he had this really cool looking gray hair. Everybody called him the silver fox. You know,
uh
it it worked for him. But hey, man, do what you do.
it
It's all
tends to
good.
look better on men, of course, and I don't think it would look that bad on women because you've seen those women with gray hair. That's the only way you've seen them. You've never seen them with this color hair.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You
Anyway,
know, you know what you do there? Take that ball cap, give it just a little bit more of a roll.
yeah. I just got, so do you notice what it says?
Boone's Farm,
Yeah.
Strawberry Hill.
Strawberry Hill.
And then take your hair, put it in a pony, and put
Oh,
it out the back.
I'll do
That
that.
gets me every time. I have nothing better than that for a guy like me.
Wow. White t-shirt and jeans and cowboy boots.
Now you can go with the yoga pants.
Yeah. I'm not a yoga pant wearer unless
Greatest
it's
invention ever.
Pilates.
Um,
But
this
yeah,
portion of the Kathy and Ray podcast video cast sponsored by
cigar shop.
Cigar Shop, now available at shopsustainablegrace.com.
Now, see, initially I would think cigar shop smells eh.
Oh, this smells so good. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Some people do like the smell. I'd rather smell cigars than cigarette smoke for sure.
It's not available.
What, honey?
It's not available.
Well, then why is it in my hand if it's not available? I didn't take it off your shelf. It was on the damn table. I'm recording here. Stop busting into my groove. I'm trying to do a free commercial for you.
Hi, G. I'm excited. You have a new
Everything I do for
candle.
you is free.
I appreciate that, but it's not available yet, honey.
When's it going to be available?
If you want any candles, go to the Yankee Candle Company.
No, those are toxic.
Who cares?
Blech.
You know what's toxic? This relationship.
Oh, huh. You guys love each other.
Hey,
Hi, Kat.
check this out, Kathy. Before we get into the Memorial Day weekend, I was paging through my emails and all the crazy news I get over this so-called smartphone. Bud Light, in anticipation of the big Memorial Day sales, is offering a $19.98 rebate on a case of Bud Light. Now, a case of Bud Light costs about $20. You send in a rebate, and I guess from what I gather is that you get a rebate of $19.98. So in essence, they're giving this beer away.
You know, somebody said, I didn't see it, and I don't know if it was true, but when we were in Joliet over the weekend at Route 66, or do you say Route 66 Raceway, somebody said they were giving away Bud Light. They only had Michelob Ultra Light, I think Busch Light, and Bud Light. Only their choices.
Okay, so that's all Anheuser-Busch products.
Yeah, and I thought somebody said they were giving away the Bud Light, but it may have been a joke. But maybe not.
I didn't get caught up in that whole Dylan Mulvaney thing, and at the end of the day, it's just a really crappy beer. I mean, I don't think I've drank a Bud Light in my life.
Oh,
and you know, I've got a lot of conservative, which I would consider conservative type friends. They don't go around saying, "Hey, I'm a conservative," but I know they are.
Yeah.
And I haven't really noticed any of my buddies saying, "I'm going to boycott Bud Light." I just don't know anybody that likes it.
Right.
I do have a buddy. All he drinks is Bud. You know, like the real Bud. You know, the full strength Bud. And I'm like, God, the hell's wrong with you, man?
If it says light on the beer can, if it says light on the beer can, I ain't drinking it. I'm not a
beer snob. I am not. I will, as long as it's domestic and cold, I'll drink it. And you know, but I just never Budweiser.
Ugh, yeah, no. I'll drink a Coors, but can't wait till
it's available. It's not available.
Nice try. Okay, so what else were we going to talk about?
I know this borders politics, so I know this drives you crazy.
Yeah.
But Target has a bathing suit now that has Tuck It technology.
It has what technology?
Tuck It, so you can hide your stuff.
Wait, are you talking hide the muffin top or men hiding their junk?
Men hiding their junk.
Why do you want to hide?
I went and I tried one of these out, and I didn't have anything to hide. So now I feel like I don't think this is a transgender issue thing or you know, sexual thing. I think now I feel like they are targeting me and making me feel like less of a man than I am. Because I went to Tuck It and it's like, meh, don't really need it. Our world is nuts. Okay, one more thing I want to ask you.
Yes.
And I need your advice on this.
Okay.
So what I'm holding in my hand here is a bag of accoutrements to make a woman's hands more beautiful. This is all nail polish that Gina's collected over the years that she just doesn't use anymore.
Every woman has it.
So I was thinking, okay, do I take this down to and I already asked my people at the Interfaith Food and Clothes Pantry if they would like this, and they said absolutely. Or because I like to donate to them. You know, they're in Batavia. They're a real. You go there if you need food or clothes, free.
Tell me the name again.
It's the Batavia Interfaith Food Pantry.
Oh, nice.
So
it reminds me of Love Inc.
I can take it and I can donate it there, or I can be like a cool neighborhood guy and build like one of those little libraries out in front of my house.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you see?
Yeah.
And I can put nail polish in it. The little nail polish house. So all the little girls and boys in the neighborhood that want to polish themselves up can come by and take a bottle.
I think that's great because sometimes you try a color and you don't like it and you're stuck with a bottle, but you don't want to throw it away because it seems wasteful. And then you tell yourself, oh, someday I'll use that again. And you don't. And next thing you know, you've got an entire bag full of fingernail polish. In fact, I just saw some advertised on Instagram that's supposed to be healthy and less toxic. And I just ordered 4 colors.
I have a feeling
you think I'll use them?
I would see these broken all over the driveway and all over the street if I do that little nail polish giveaway house.
Yeah, that would be bad.
But who knows, man? Maybe I'll give it a try. You know what I do want to do in my neighborhood, and I know we're kind of wandering here.
We
I want
always
to
do.
do a. I live in a neighborhood called the Savannah subdivision, and
Okay.
I want to do crooked mailboxes and basketball hoops of Savannah, because nobody in my neighborhood seems how to know how to use a level when they're putting in a mailbox. Every mailbox in this neighborhood is at least on a 45-degree angle, and it drives me crazy.
So maybe you should go around and fix them all.
I would for a fee.
There you
$60
go.
a mailbox.
You know, I got a basketball net. I put it up myself. I was very proud of myself. I did it wrong the first time, but undid everything. I did it right. And I would say my son has used it about 5 times.
Did you put that up because you know that guy, the Hudson Hunk, or the Manhattan MILF would jump through hoops for you?
No, that's not. No. First of all, that was 3 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. So, what else are we talking about? What are you doing? It's Memorial Day weekend. What are you doing?
I am having a rager. I'm having a flipping rager at my place. Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, I am. So this is what we do. Memorial Day weekend is everybody comes to my cabin, because in St. Germain, Wisconsin, we have the classic snowmobile roundup, which is big snowmobile party, and it's a big swap meet. So guys like me and my friends that have a plethora of snowmobiles and parts, we go there and we sell stuff, and we make a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
But then we spend a lot of money too. But so that's on Memorial Day Sunday. But before that, Saturday night, there will be a party at my cabin, and I probably have. Well, my daughter Cassie is coming with her friend Sam. Sammy and Cassie are lunatics. They're a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So they're coming. My son is coming, bringing the new dirt bike, and he did ask me if it was okay for him to have a young lady come spend the weekend. But I'm not sure if it's one lady or two ladies, young ladies. And I said, well, tell them to bring their moms. Yeah, bring them along.
She hear that?
And then so we'll probably have about, I don't know, and Grandma Pat will be there. You know, she'll be running the whole show out by the
Excellent.
fire, telling stories of days of yore. And but
The
that's
kids
that's
good. Kids
gonna
gotta
be a good
soak that
weekend.
up. I was telling when we went and we did that tribute to Wally at the track, and then we drove my daughter's car from Chicago to Montana. And so we did a road trip, her, me, and Alan, my 15-year-old. And we were just telling stories. And it was like, oh, yeah, darn it. Wally was telling me the story about when he was in the army, and being in Germany was his favorite time while he was in the army. And that's all I know. I don't know why being in Germany was his favorite time. One can guess, but I told her, I said, the younger generation have to get stories of parents and grandparents. So I hope your kids take advantage of sitting around the fire with Pat and get some good stories
No,
in the
they
memory
do.
bank.
They do. Fishing boats will be in the water. They love taking grandma fishing. It will be a typical Ray Northern Wisconsin weekend. It'll be a lot of fun. Gina's going down to Lake of the Ozarks with her dad, and that's always fun because they got this killer 38-foot cigarette go fast boat. It's so stupid fun.
Whoa.
And yeah, it's cool. Gina's dad's a total gearhead, but I love going down there. But man, when it gets to be like in the middle of the summer down there, the water's 90 degrees. It's hot.
Yeah.
Lake of the Ozarks. I like it up in Wisconsin where there's always a chance that it still might snow.
Right, same as Montana. That's why I'm wearing this. It's like 52 degrees today. And 2 days ago, it was 90.
I told my kids, speaking of Memorial Day, I said I would never go back to Wisconsin on a holiday weekend unless I'm already up there, because I don't want to do the traffic. I hate the traffic. It drives me absolutely crazy. But, my kids, they're going to have to come up on Friday. And I said, you guys, you're better off coming Saturday morning or Friday early. I go, or be ready for traffic. And my daughter's like, we love sitting in traffic. We'll just turn the music up loud. Her and her friend Sam. So.
Okay. You know, it's so funny because when we left Chicago to come to Montana, we went up the Wisconsin, Minnesota route.
Yeah,
and
north route.
What?
That's the northern route.
Yeah. And so because I had to stop and get some New Glarus, I had to get some spotted cow and some other yummy stuff that's not available.
Most overrated beer ever.
There's something to it though when you drink it. When you don't live there, there's something. And plus I got like 4 different varieties. You know what was interesting though, and I did not know this, and this is the stupidest law ever. The guy had, I got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different 4-packs or 6-packs. He had to put every single one in a plastic bag. I said, no.
Really?
We don't need a plastic bag. He said, no, it's the law. We have to put purchases in a plastic bag. So we walk out of there with like 6 plastic bags with stuff we could just carry. I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, but I stacked up and then cheese. I'm literally driving, eating a block of Gouda just right out of it. It's big, and I'm just, I'm classy.
Eating a block of cheese and throwing plastic bags out the window. Nice.
And beef jerky. Yep, I'm classy.
No, that's cool. That's road trip stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I was telling my mom the other day, I'm like, because she's talking about all her old stories, and we can't go by a gas station without her telling me how much the gas is. $3.13 over there. I said, hey, I go, maybe we can find a Stuckey's and get a pecan roll. Remember when you were a kid, they had all those Stuckey's?
Yeah. Wait,
they still have them down south.
Isn't that pizza?
There's even a Stuckey's in Illinois that we stopped at. And I did get a pecan roll, and Gina's like, that looks disgusting.
You know, somebody, and I will give this idea away. I want somebody to do it. You'll become like a billionaire. Somebody needs to invent something for truck stops, gas stations. It's impossible to eat healthy on a road trip unless you bring your own stuff. The only thing that we saw was a banana and an apple. I think that's the only thing. And then my daughter got a pickle in a bag.
You know why you don't see a banana when you're with me? Because I'm wearing my tuck it.
Wait, I thought you didn't need to tuck it. Anyway, so
it's not available. This is not available at Shop Sustainable Grace. If you want this, it's not available. But it smells good. I'll tell you that. It really smells good. Where's the El Camino?
The next road trip is bringing that El Camino home. I just got it insured. I got AAA. I'm still debating on what to do. If I'm gonna I kind of want to do a diners, drive-ins, and dives type situation.
Yeah,
stopping at all coffee houses.
Gina told me she heard, because Gina watches every one of these. And she says, yeah, they're not going anywhere with Kathy. And I said, well, why? And she said, there's no way. She goes, you're not going on a trip with Kathy in that car out there. She goes, because she said, I know you, and you get your pheromone in that little cab of that little car that doesn't know if it wants to be a truck or a car or what the hell it wants to be. She goes, Kathy will not be able to keep her hands off you. And what? She said she's back there going, yeah, you're not going on that trip. She's yelling. And she's like, she can trust me, but she doesn't know if she can trust you.
I did not say that, Kathy.
I know you didn't say that, G. I know Ray better than that.
Thank you.
You know, just the way you were talking about the Hudson Hunk and me not being able to resist when we're on that road trip going to see John Butler Trio in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that just the whole atmosphere and going past a ranch, like just soaking it in, that I wouldn't be able to keep my hands off of him. Same with you. You wouldn't be able to keep your hands off of me. Wearing
there could be something to that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a weak man. Gina.
It's a little creepy though, considering I think of you like my brother.
You a peanut. What?
I'm kidding you, baby. You know,
What?
Kathy wants to have sex with me.
She does not.
I almost just said ew. Gina, I
Here.
almost just said ew.
For a candle that actually is available instead of giving away my sneak peeks before my customers even see them.
Why, what candle is this?
Way to go.
This one is available. It's called Stress Relief. And you can buy this at shopsustainablegrace.com.
What does it smell like?
It smells really good.
what are the main smells?
That was lavender and eucalyptus.
Lavender and eucalyptus.
Ooh,
Oh,
delightful.
lavender works. You
I
know,
would take
not
it.
only does lavender help you relax and sleep, but it's also good in the shower. You can spray a little in the shower.
I'd take a bath in lavender.
Yes, I have a shower spray that
Gina,
that I
Kathy wants to take a bath with me.
she did not say that.
Lavender essential oil, doTERRA.
I want you to tell your son Xander that I shared his words of wisdom with some people that make a difference in this town. We
Really?
won't get into it, but I did. His points on talk radio in Chicago were on point 110%.
And he's only
How old
23
is he?
years old.
23.
That kid is
My
smart.
My kind of kid. I like
He was-
that.
He was smart when he came out of the womb. Like it was mind blowing to me. So yeah, he needs. Not that I want him to follow in mom's footsteps, but he would be great on the air. He really would. He's very, very smart. He's
Well,
very.
how would that be following in your footsteps?
What?
If he's great on the air, how would that be following in your footsteps?
Right here.
Hall of Fame radio broadcaster.
Yes.
How many Hall of Fames are you in?
I think every episode I give you the finger.
What
Close.
what's a Hall of Fame? You're in the Radio Hall of Fame?
The National Radio Hall of Fame. You're in the
That's
Country
big.
Hall of Fame, right?
No.
Oh,
I've been nominated, but I see to be in the Country Hall of Fame, you really gotta kiss some ass and you gotta kind of campaign. And
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
that
not
kind of guy.
yeah.
I'm in the West Chicago High School Hall of Fame,
There you go.
which actually to me is pretty cool, and I'll tell you why. Because when I got into radio, I didn't know where it would lead and where it would take me. You know, so far it's taken me to some really cool places, and I've won awards I never thought I could win, and have done things I never thought I could do. But when I was in high school, and I was in West Chicago High School, going from my little grade school of Benjamin, which was kindergarten through 8th grade. I went to the same school, and our graduating class was only 36 people big.
Whoa.
And one of those 36 people was my twin sister. So we didn't have like a big school that we went to. Then you go to West Chicago High School, and now you're with 300 other kids in your class. Still not a huge school by any stretch of the imagination, but you're walking through those halls. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to be cool enough to have a date on a Friday night. You want to hang out with the right crowd. You want to do the right thing in sports. You want to keep your parents happy. All you want to do for me is get through the day and get a C and graduate. And never in my mind did I ever think I'd be able to make the living I made, or do and hang out with presidents, be on Air Force One, do the things I do, have a day named after me from the governor of the state. But back then, you didn't know what the hell you wanted to be, do, or whatever. You were scared to death. And I got to go back to that school and be put in their Hall of Honor for the charity work that I've done for people in Chicago. So it really being back there where I didn't know what life looked like, to going back and being able to tell these kids, hey man, you might, because all we do is we push kids to know what they want to do when they're 17 years old. How is that even possible? And to be able to sit in front of those kids, and there was 300 kids that I got to talk to, which I thought was ridiculous that many people would show up to listen to me talk. And we talked, and I didn't hold back, and I swore, and I was Ray. And I told these kids, I go, man, I go, somewhere in this audience, it's a kid that's, that might not be passing his math class right now. And you're scared to death because you're like, what's going to happen once I'm done here? I said, but the fact is we all find our way. and you will find your way. I said, I never in a million years thought that this would be the path my life would take me down. I was supposed to work for my dad's company. And being able to go back there and just shed some light to these kids that have ridiculous social expectations placed on them and
Yep.
tell them that it was going to be okay. I hope, and and from that day, and that was back in 2016, I still have kids that reach out to me that were there that day.
That's
So
cool.
that's pretty cool to me. Would I like to be in the Country Radio Hall of Fame? I guess, but
I mean, what?
I'd rather be known as a good as a good radio guy from Chicago. I don't care about national
Yeah.
stuff.
So let me tell you a quick story, and then we can wrap it up because we've been blabbing for a while. That's what it's all about. That is success. To me, that is the definition of success. Not my Hall of Fame award. I mean, that was success, same as you. Growing up in Crystal Lake, and we were poor for a long time on food stamps, and who know. And then I moved to a small town in Wisconsin where you either marry a farmer, you work at the bank, or you work at the bar or the grocery store. Like, those are your choices. And I was like, no. And I loved music. So I got into radio right away. I knew that was my passion. And man, was I blessed to be able to do that. But to me, success is not the awards that you have on the shelf. It's, although the one that you got at your school that's what it's all about. So when I was in Arizona, that's when Charles Barkley first came to town. And I was doing sports on the radio from a female perspective. So we were doing a morning show type show in the afternoon. And my partner was really cool, let me do sports from just a really goofy angle. But it got me a press pass. So I would go into the locker room of the Phoenix Suns, and I would get I would get tape. I'd have my little tape recorder, and it was all boring basketball stats. And so when I let all the real sports people finish asking their questions, I would ask Barkley really interesting questions. And because he was new to town, and he and I got to be like, we had this, I don't want to say agreement, but he knew that I was safe, because this is back when that Lisa Olson, I think from the New England Patriots, demanded to be in the locker room because it was her job and blah, blah, blah. And it was all this stuff. So they thought I was the only woman in the locker room, and it was right on the heels of that. So I let him know, I'm like, oh, you're not going to get that from me. Like, if anything, this makes me really uncomfortable because you all are walking around with a towel. And I'm like, blah. And so I respected them. I went into the locker room only when certain players like Kevin Johnson did not want to get dressed in front of a female. Anyway, this story is way longer than I expected it to be. So Barkley would do a couple of things to know that I was just safe. And I'm like, dude, I get it. It took me about 4 weeks to finally get the courage to ask a question, because I felt like I totally did not belong there. So I asked him, all right, you've been here for a few weeks now. How are you liking Phoenix? And he looks at me and goes, there's not enough orgies. And so at first I was like, oh God, how do I respond to that? So I just looked at him, I'm like, well, that sounds like a personal problem. And so he just kind of got this smirk on his face, and he knew that I was, when his wife had a baby, I made him like an apple pie. On their birthdays, I would make Rice Krispie treats. Like, I was just Kathy. I wasn't this serious sports girl. So he ended up getting in a lot of trouble. This is when he was spitting on people, and it just got really
nuts.
bad.
He was nuts.
Yeah, it got really bad. His success there with that team, it just, they loved him in that town, and he couldn't go anywhere without being bothered. So for his birthday, I'm thinking, oh, I have to get him a really funny card because he's such a jokester. And I saw this card called What is Success by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Look it up, or I'll post it in the YouTube. And it basically talks about success in this life is, leaving a redeemed social condition. It's leaving a garden patch. It's just leaving the world a better place than you found it. And it goes through all these different things. And shortly after that, I got a job in Ohio, and I'm on a date with a guy, and Roy Firestone, whatever show is it Roy Firestone? I don't know. He had some show on ESPN.
Yeah.
He and Barkley are sitting in his locker. and he's doing this one-on-one, like 30-minute conversation with him. And the players weren't allowed to have anything in their lockers. So Barkley opens his locker, and it's a picture of his daughter, and then that card. What is success? And I'm on a date with the guy. I'm like, dude, I gave Barkley that card. The sound was down, so you couldn't hear what he was saying. And I was like, I gave Barkley that card. And I thought it might like go well on the date, but it didn't. Anyway, so that was
why would you need anything to help you do well on a date? I mean, don't you have enough?
Yeah. He wasn't my type. But anyway, so
Seems to be a thing with you.
tell me about it. Jeez. Let's not even get started.
Okay,
Kevin Costner's my type. Maybe he's my type. He's available now. Anyway, so yeah, so that is.
You ever think about hitting for the other team?
Oh no.
Okay. Just a question.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
not for you.
My good friend in Arizona, we joked about that, and even my best friend Denise from Wisconsin. I think that she is my soulmate. I think that soulmates don't necessarily have to be a spouse. She is my soulmate. We get each other. We're the ones that had that TikTok that hit 8.8 million views because we have that kind of friendship that I think nowadays is really rare. And we need more of that stuff. We need more of you. We need more people like you. We need more people, friendships. Yeah. Now I'm getting all sentimental. Anyway.
Well, have a good weekend.
You too. We're not doing much. Montana, Bozeman is going to be a ghost town. Everybody goes camping for Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to get in at restaurants, and it's going to be a ghost town around here.
This is, but from the time when spring hits up north, and it's just like April and May, and it's kind of shitty this year because the summer and spring started so late because of all the snow. There's only an infinite amount of time between Memorial Day and then after Labor Day where it's actually peaceful and quiet. Starting this weekend, there will be 85,000 jet skis buzzing around my lake, just irritating the crap out of me, but hey, people are on a weekend bender, let them have fun. Yeah. I'm all for it. I'll try not to get arrested this weekend. I'm going to try to stay out of jail, but I cannot make any promises.
All right. Well, I won't be able to bail you out. So,
you know what? I as I continue to transverse this the spinning rock, I'm thinking that 3 hots and a cot in a penitentiary might not be so bad.
3 hots and a cot.
Yeah.
All right. You have fun with that.
You too. I like the look. Have fun getting that hair dyed.
Thank you.
Enjoy your kids. Say hi to Xander for me, Alan.
I will. And Annika, she's still at the dog park. So.
And I want more videos. I want videos of you. You want to get another 8 billion views on TikTok or whatever? Post you in that car burning the tires off.
Yes, I can't wait to do that. I can't wait.
Happy Memorial Day.
You
Remember,
as well.
It's not about mattress sales. It's about remembering.
Absolutely. Thanks to all of our servicemen and women, and thanks to the families. I know a couple people around here. Her husband was gone for a year, and she has 2 very small kids. And I saw firsthand what it does to the family. So
it's this country's got some issues, but it's still by and large the best place to be. Everybody left something.
And I don't care who said it first, but let's make America great again. We can. Doesn't matter who says it. It's the message.
MAGA.
Oh God. Okay. See, you said that and I'm like, wait, that's political. But yeah, it's what we got to do. Make America great again.
See you later, baby.
Peace out.